Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone's having an amazing day. So today we're going to talk about failing in the correct rep range. Okay, so the human body really is amazing, and the way the body adapts to different situations and the way it changes just by tweaking such minor details really is incredible. So by eating a little too much food consistently each day, your body gains a lot of body fat very fast. By running on a more frequent basis, your body learns to adapt and to be able to run for longer periods of time. So I'd give you 1,000 different scenarios where the human body reacts and adapts to different situations, and even though sometimes what we're doing is so close to being correct, even if we just get it wrong slightly, the outcome can literally be worlds and worlds apart. Okay, so the reason I'm talking about this is because this video is on rep ranges, and basically, even though you might think 5 reps is going to get you very, very close to the same results as 8 reps per set, but the actual end result is once again literally worlds apart. Okay, completing each set of your workout and failing in the correct rep range is going to have a huge impact on what happens in your body as an end result. Okay, so what a rep range actually is it's between the minimum and the maximum number of times you complete the full range of movement for a given exercise per set. So for an example, let's say you were doing squats. You have the bar across your traps, you lower your body down, bending at the knees to just below parallel with your knees, then you push back up through your heels to the top position of the movement where you originally started that 1 rep, and repeat again, and that's 2 reps, and so on and so on. So the number of reps you do per set is the amount of times you complete the full movement of an exercise consecutively till you can't do the movement anymore, because your central nervous system and your muscles have become too fatigued to continue in that particular exercise. So when you can't perform any more reps in a given set due to the muscle being too fatigued, that's called failing. So you need to be failing in the correct rep range and not just giving up. You need to push yourself until your muscles are completely exhausted. So training to failure means not being able to do one more single rep. So don't quit the set just because you want to fail in that rep range. Push yourself until you literally cannot do another rep in that rep range. There's a massive difference between, you must fail in that rep range and just not finishing in that rep range for the sake of it. You need to really push yourself. So how this is relevant in the terms of fitness and bodybuilding and powerlifting, you reaching your personal goals is absolutely huge. It's critical. So I've told you before that training styles or training techniques don't really matter too much to the end result, because they all work very well and they all contribute to breaking your muscles down and building them back up bigger and stronger. Obviously assuming that you're getting adequate amounts of rest and recovery and that you are training at 100% intensity. So, however, I cannot say the same for rep ranges. Failing in the correct rep range is very important, and when it comes to reaching individual goals, because even though you might be only a few reps off failing in the correct rep range and the result's very different, if you were missing the correct rep range by say 4 or 5 reps and you did this for multiple months or even a year, you could be sacrificing literally all of your progress, and I'm going to explain to you just how that can happen. So there's 3 different categories when it comes to failing in certain rep ranges. If you're failing at reps 1 to 7 reps per set, you're training to get stronger. Okay, anywhere from 1 to 7 reps isn't actually going to help you build much muscle. It's not going to make you look any better. All it is basically is going to do is make you stronger. Okay, generally if you're failing in the low rep range of 1 to 7 reps, places a huge emphasis on muscular strength and neurological improvements. Now what I mean by that is your body gets physically stronger and learns to activate your muscle fibers more efficiently to let you lift more weight. So each repetition is so close to your body's maximum strength that the body reacts by improving your maximum strength for the next time you complete that exercise. Now, as I said, the human body is a fascinating concept, and it adapts because it always wants to be healthy. It doesn't want to be put under that kind of stress. So obviously it's going to try and get better so it gets put under less stress in the future if you're going to keep doing that particular movement. So the reason you actually get stronger in this rep range is because your body is preparing itself for the next time you do that exercise, and because your body wants that exercise to be a little bit easier next time. Your muscles actually learn to recruit more muscle fibers, and that therefore makes you stronger. However, we as weightlifters or bodybuilders don't want it to get easier, because then we stop seeing results. We want it to keep getting harder so we can keep progressing. So next time we put even more weight on the bar, once again, your body will work its magic and will get used to that amount of weight, so the next time you add more weights to the bar, and so on and so on. That's how you become stronger. By adding more weight each set, or by adding more weight on each of our lifts on a weekly basis, is called progressive overload. And progressive overload is a very effective technique in terms of making progress with your training. So basically, at the end of each day, if you're trying to get stronger, if you're not actually focusing on seeing muscular development or the visual changes in your body, then failing in the 1 to 7 rep range is perfect for you. Now, me personally, I don't do a lot of strength training, as I find it places a lot of stress on my joints and I get injured a lot more often. I'm not getting any younger. So strength training does have its place in bodybuilding, as it does make you stronger, which means you can lift heavier weight when failing in the medium rep range when you're training for muscle hypertrophy, which means growth, and that's what I'm going to explain to you now. So failing in the rep range of anywhere from 8 to 15 reps is perfect for creating muscle hypertrophy, as we just mentioned. So when you lift for medium reps, you get some strength gains, but not as much as you would in the low rep range. Failing anywhere from 8 to 15 reps, your body will respond in increasing in muscular size. Now, your body isn't placed under so much stress that it needs to repattern itself to fire more muscle fibers faster like it does at low reps. But the body does get stressed in a way that it requires more muscular fiber size and more muscular endurance. So it improves in that aspect. So once again, the human body adapts accordingly to what it needs to do to maintain its normal function. Now, failing anywhere from 8 to 15 reps is the perfect rep range if you're looking to see an increase in muscle size or see those visual changes within your body. For me personally, I normally do fail in between this rep range. I personally think 15 is the magic number, because I train to look good. That's my goal. When I say I train to look good, there is a reason behind this. Everything I do is done for a reason. I'm a professional. I'm a full-time fitness wannabe model, online coach. I need to look good in photos, as that is my job. I need to maintain the physique other people aspire to, because 1, I'm a coach, 2, I compete regularly, and 3, because I want to progress to be a fitness model and not just a competitor. So I'm not being arrogant, but basically and honestly, I'm a walking billboard of what I'm capable of and what I want you guys to achieve. So don't get me wrong, I love being strong. I've got so much respect for people pushing crazy amounts of weights around the gym, but for me at the moment, being crazy strong is going to have absolutely no benefit on my life. It's just not going to help with my career. It's not going to help with my business, and I'm never going to compete in powerlifting competitions. So for myself and for you as well, you need to train for what your individual goals are, okay? Everyone's different. There's no right or wrong. Figure out exactly what you want from your life, or even more so in this case, your training, and come up with a plan that's going to get you there fastest. So my job is to make people look amazing. If I look like shit, seriously, who's going to come to me for my advice on how to get in shape? It's just not going to happen. So anyway, if you're failing in the rep range of 1 to 7 reps, you're training for strength, not size. If you're failing in the rep range of 8 to 15 reps, you're training for muscle hypertrophy, which is going to result in adding more muscle and seeing visual changes within your body. If you're failing anywhere from 16 to 25 plus reps, you're training for muscular endurance. Now, when you lift for high reps, which is anywhere from that 16 to 25 plus reps, you get very little strength gains. Still a little bit of muscle growth, but more so muscular endurance. Each rep doesn't require as much strength, so your body doesn't need to adapt for that. The weight's a little too light to really focus on increasing much muscle size at all. But however, the body does require more muscular endurance, because you're asking it to work over and over again for longer and longer due to the high amount of repetitions that you're performing in each set. So by increasing your muscular endurance, it basically slows the lactic acid buildup in your muscle group that you're training, and allows you to perform more repetitions more regularly before your muscles give up on you. Now, once again, training for muscular endurance also does play its part in the bodybuilding world. I train really high reps sometimes at the end of my workouts when I'm basically wrecked. It's a very effective way to train past failure. Okay, high reps are good when you can hardly lift a single weight at the end of your workout, which should be pretty much every workout. Doing high reps at the end of a workout is a crazy painful but awesome feeling at the same time. Gives you that massive pump, makes you push further than what you thought you could, and it's going to give you more muscle endurance for your further workouts. You pick up a really light weight and you just rep it out until your muscles literally feel like they're on fire and your muscles are going to pop out of your skin. So sometimes you won't be able to lift a weight where you would normally fail in the rep range of 8 to 15 reps. So you need to go really, really light and pump out the reps to maximize the amount of tears that you create in the muscle for that given workout. I find that high reps are a very good way to finish a workout or do at the end of a drop set or a superset. So I'm just going to recap for you one more time. Failing in the rep range of 1 to 7 reps is going to increase your strength and maybe add a small amount of size. Failing in the rep range of that 8 to 15 reps is going to create muscle hypertrophy, which is slightly going to increase your strength, slightly going to increase your muscle endurance, but more so focus on increasing the actual size of the muscles, okay? Failing in the rep range of 16 to 25 plus reps is training for muscular endurance, so you may add a little bit of size, but more so increase the amount of times the muscle can move that weight comfortably. Now, each rep range does play its own part in the bodybuilding, fitness and powerlifting world. So again, there is no right or wrong. It just comes down to what your personal goals are. So there is a right or wrong if you know what your goals are and you're failing in the wrong rep range. As a general consensus, each rep range is correct based on your training goals. Now, just before I finish up, I want to explain another really effective training tip you can use to mix up your training and stop your body from getting used to the same thing. Now, let's assume that your goal is to visually have your version of the perfect physique. Everyone's version of the perfect physique is different, but I'm assuming most of you watching my videos want to get in the best shape of your life because that's what I do. I'm a body composition expert, so let's assume that. Now, if your goal is to look good, have nicely shaped, full muscles with your idea of the perfect size and perfect symmetry, then failing in the rep range of 8 to 15 reps is going to be perfect for you, and that's definitely what I would recommend. However, if this is what you were doing for year after year, there would eventually come a time where I would recommend mixing it up a little bit and changing your training style, and I want you to think of it like this. So let's say you were bench pressing 100 kilos for 12 reps and you've been stuck on this weight for months and months and you just can't seem to get any stronger than 12 reps at 100 kilos. You can always be putting on size even if you aren't getting stronger, because you can do that through food and diet and by using different training variations. But just for this example, let's say you were maxed out on that weight and you couldn't get past it and you weren't getting any stronger. If you wanted to get past this, you could what could we do? If you wanted to get a little bit stronger, then what you do is go on a strength training program for say 2 or 3 months just to mix things up a little bit. So instead of failing between 8 to 15 reps, you'd start failing in the rep ranges of 1 to 7, and you might be able to bench press say 120 kilograms for 5 reps. After 2, 3 or 4 months, you've progressed into bench pressing 150 kilograms for 5 reps. And now because you've progressed in strength, when you go back to training in that medium rep range for muscular hypertrophy, that 8 to 15 reps, I guarantee you that the first time you put 100 kilos back on the bar, you'll smash out at least 15 to 20 reps instead of 12 because you went through that strength training period. So what you can do is mix up your training style, because each component or each rep range definitely has its benefits at the end of the day. Mixing it up and going through all of them is going to help and contribute to the end result and get you closer to your goal. I say it in every single video I do because, again, it is correct. There's no right or wrong. Everything you're doing, every workout you do in the gym is going to be taking you closer and closer to your goals, okay? Every minute spent in the gym is beneficial. Every healthy meal you consume is beneficial. Every minute of cardio you do is beneficial. All of your training is going to be beneficial regardless of what you're doing. Yes, there's rep ranges and processes and techniques that work better for others than there are other people. There's certain training goals, but at the end of the day, as long as you're giving it literally everything you have at 100% intensity, you're going to come out a better version of what you were when you walked in, okay? So to me, life's all about progression. I want to be getting better in every aspect of what I do every day of my life. I want to be getting better with my training. I want to be getting better in my relationships. I want to be getting better in my business, and I want to be getting better in my career. So if you keep getting better in every aspect of your life, that's important to you every single day of your life. Can you imagine where you're going to be in 5 or 10 years time? Or I'm telling you now, it's going to be a much better position than when you are right now, which I personally find really, really exciting for all of you. Progression is a very powerful concept. Progressing all the time will make you very happy. Yes, rep ranges do matter in terms of what your training goals are, but incorporating all of them regularly and mixing it up all the time is just going to help you improve all the others, and so on and so on. They all work. As long as you're there putting in the work, in the gym as often as you can, eating as well as you can all the time, you'll be making good progress very, very fast. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.